Tom was not just a man, he was a smooth talker, the kind that made women feel like the only diamond in the world. His words flowed like melted sugar, sweet and convincing. He could make a woman believe the moon was his inheritance and the stars were hers to wear. But behind that charming smile was deceit. Tom was a master of manipulation. He promised women marriage, peace, and paradise, only to disappear the moment he got what he wanted. In his neighborhood, his name was famous, not for kindness, but for cunning. Some women, after discovering his tricks, would pour water on him in public. Others would curse and scream, "Tom, you will meet your match one day." But Tom would only laugh. "Let them talk," he would say to his friends. "Women are too emotional. I'm only playing the game smarter." And truly, he played it well. He could change his story like a chameleon changes color. To one woman, he was a businessman. To another, a traveler. To another, a heartbroken man seeking comfort. Each believed him until the truth came out. Yet he never cared. His goal was to conquer, not to love. Years passed, and Tom began to feel lonely. His hairline started to recede, and the same women who once adored him now warned others about him. He realized that no matter how many hearts he played with, no one truly stayed. One evening, while sitting in a small restaurant, he saw a woman who caught his attention. She was not like the usual flashy ones he went for. Her name was Copper, a beautiful, reserved woman with a warm smile that carried innocence. Her beauty was quiet but powerful. Her skin glowed, her eyes were calm, and she had a humility that made her stand out. Tom approached her immediately. "Good evening, beautiful lady," he said, pulling out his chair with confidence. She smiled politely. "Good evening. May I join you?" She nodded shyly. As they talked, Tom began his usual stories, how he had traveled to different countries, met important people, and owned a chain of businesses. Copper listened with admiration, though her English was slightly off. For a graduate, it sounded unusual. Tom noticed it, but didn't mention it. He was too busy admiring her looks and gentle behavior. Unlike other women who asked too many questions, Copper was soft, kind, and trusting. Days turned into weeks. Tom showered her with words of affection. He told her she was the woman he'd been waiting for all his life. And when he proposed, she said yes without hesitation. The wedding was small but beautiful. People congratulated them, saying Tom had finally changed. He smiled proudly, believing he had found peace at last. Not long after, Copper became pregnant. Tom was overjoyed. He pampered her, cooked for her sometimes, and took pictures of her growing belly. But as the months passed, the pregnancy became unusually large. "Are you sure it's one baby?" he asked jokingly. Copper laughed. "Maybe God wants to bless us big." But the bigger her stomach grew, the more Tom's smile faded. "This woman eats too much," he muttered one evening. "What if it's 2 or 3? I'm not ready for that kind of stress. Still, he stayed. He loved her enough to wait. When the 9th month came, Copper went into labor late one night. Tom rushed her to the hospital, praying for a safe delivery. He waited anxiously in the hallway, pacing up and down, calling the nurse every 5 minutes. "Sir, please relax," the nurse said. "Your wife is in good hands." Hours passed. Then suddenly, a nurse came running out with a bright smile. "Congratulations, sir." Tom jumped up. "She's safe." "Yes, your wife has delivered successfully." He screamed with joy, jumping and dancing in the hallway. Other patients laughed and clapped for him. "You are a father now," they said. But the nurse continued smiling strangely. "Come, sir. Come and see your babies." Tom froze. "Babies?" "Yes," she said softly. "Your wife gave birth to 5 beautiful babies." Tom blinked. "You mean 5 as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? "Yes, sir. Quintuplets." He followed her into the ward, his steps heavy and trembling. When he entered, he saw Copper lying weakly on the bed, smiling faintly. Beside her were 5 tiny babies wrapped in white, all crying, all his. Tom stood speechless. His mouth opened, but no words came out. Then his knees went weak. "Oh my God," he whispered. "This is too much." He turned to the nurse. "Are you sure these are all mine?" The nurse chuckled. "Sir, they all look like you." Tom's eyes widened in shock. He rubbed his head and began to cry uncontrollably. Everyone thought it was tears of joy, but they were tears of fear. "I can't handle this," he muttered, shaking his head. 5 children at once? No, this is too much responsibility. Before anyone could speak, Tom ran out of the room, through the corridor, past the reception, and straight out of the hospital. He never returned. Days turned into weeks. His phone went off. His family searched for him, but Tom was gone like smoke. Some said he ran to another city. Others said he went mad. But no one ever saw him again. Copper was left alone to raise her 5 children, a woman whose only sin was trusting a deceitful man who ran away from his own blessing. Moral lesson: you can lie to many people and escape, but life always finds a way to humble you.